Hello everyone, this is Chase Crispin, and I'm back with another tutorial on the Braille Plus 18. Today we're looking at how to set the date and the time on the Braille Plus, which is something you'll want to do pretty much right away when you first get your device. To set the date and time on the Braille Plus 18, we need to enter the Speech and Braille Preferences dialog. We can enter this dialog by holding down the S2 key. This is the oval-shaped key located below the search key on the top right of the face of Braille Plus 18. It's located right about above dot 5, and it's an oval-shaped button if you want to find it that way as well. So let's hold down this button, which is again called S2, for about a couple of seconds, and we will enter the Speech and Braille Preferences dialog.
Braille and Speech Preferences. Date and time, 9:31 p.m. Sun, January 9, 2000, 1 of 9.
Now we are in the Speech and Braille Preferences dialog, and the date and time is the first option in this dialog. Now there are a few other items that we are going to look at in future tutorials in this dialog, but for now we are just going to look at the date and time, which is the first option. Now you notice that my date and time is not set correctly. It's set to a date quite far in the past, and yours most likely will be set incorrectly as well when you first get the Braille Plus. So to set the date and time, I need to enter the date and time dialog by pressing the select button in the middle of the arrow keys.
Date and time alert. Time zone, Eastern Time, GMT 5:00. Date, 01/09/2000. Time, 9:32 p.m. OK, cancel. Eastern Time, GMT 5:00. Spinner.
Now we're on the first item in this dialog, which is the time zone selection. By default, it's set to Eastern Time, and it tells you what the time and date are in Eastern Time. Now, I need to change this because I'm located in Central Time, not Eastern Time. So to change the selected time zone, I'm going to press the Select key to open this spinner control. And what a spinner control is just a control that lets you select a choice from several options. So I'm going to press Select to enter the time zone selector.
Time zone alert. Eastern Time, GMT 5:00. Eastern Time, GMT 5:00. 14 of 83.
Now there are 83 time zones supported by the Braille Plus 18. I happen to know that Central Time should be located above this list. So I'm just going to press the up arrow until we get to Central Time.
Bogota, Saskatchewan, Mexico, Central Time, GMT 6:00. 10 of 83.
And there is Central Time, and it tells you how that time zone varies from GMT time, so in this case, minus 6 hours. This is the time zone I need, so I'm just going to press Select.
Date and time alert. Time zone, Central Time, GMT 6:00. Date, 01/09.
And I just cut off the speech from just speaking all that, because we already heard what it was going to say, and I stopped speech by just tapping the Shift key, the key to the left of the Braille spacebar. So now my time zone is set correctly. So now I'm going to down arrow to the next field in this dialog.
Edit 01/09/2000 computer Braille required.
Now this is the date field, where you need to enter the current date. It is not labeled, it just says edit, but you just need to remember that the first field you find is the date field. It tells us that we must type in computer Braille in this field, and currently we see 01/09/2000. This is incorrect, so I'm going to delete everything in this field. You might remember that I mentioned that there are cursor routing buttons located above each Braille cell. The last character in this date is a 0 in 2000, so I'm going to feel the Braille cell, which has nothing in it, it's blank, to the right of the last 0, feel for the round cursor routing button or the oval-shaped cursor routing button above it, press that button.
01/09/2000.
My cursor has moved to the end of the edit field. So now if I backspace using the backspace command, B chord, which is B, the 1, 2 with the space bar, I can
0, 0,
clear
0,
out
2,
what's in this field.
9, 0, 1, 0.
Now this field is blank, and I can enter today's date. Today is April 15th, so I'm going to type 0, 4 for the month, and these are entered in the lower half of the cell, since we are in computer braille. I'm now going to type a slash, which is dots 3 and 4.
Slash.
I'm going to type in the day next, which is 1, 5.
5.
You must enter 2 digits for both the month and the day. So now I'm going to put another slash.
Slash.
And I'm going to type the year, which is 2013. So I'm going to type 2, 0, 1, 3. Now on the Braille display, I see 04/15/2013. If you wanted speech to read this for you, you could tell it to read the current line with C chord, dots 1 and 4 with the spacebar.
04/15/2013.
So now the date is now correct. If I down arrow,
Edit 9:32 p.m. Computer Braille required.
This is where we set the time. Now I am going to delete what's in this field. Again, I'm going to find the cell that is blank directly to the right of the last character, which in this case is the M of PM. Find the oval-shaped cursor routing button directly above it. Press that.
9:32 p.m.
I stop the speech with the Shift key again. And now I'm just going to delete with B chord once again everything in this field.
MP2 3:90.
Now I'm going to enter the current time, and it's about 5:30 p.m. So I'm first going to type 05 because you must type 2 digits for the hour.
0, 5.
A colon, which is Braille dots 1, 5, and 6.
Colon.
30 for the minute.
3, 0.
And now I'm going to type PM.
PM.
And obviously if it was AM, you would just type AM, but there should be no spaces. Just 2 digits for the hour, colon, 2 digits for the minute, and then either AM or PM all written together. So now on the Braille display we see 5:30 p.m. and if I down arrow again,
OK button.
There is the OK button, which will save the current date and time. If we didn't want to save what we had done, we could press the back key, which would just get us out of this dialog without saving any changes. But I'm going to press select on the OK button, which will save the date and time that we have just set.
Braille and speech preferences. Date and time, 5:30 p.m. Moan, April 15, 2013, 1 of 9.
And now you hear it announce the correct date and time as the first thing in the Speech and Braille Preferences dialog. At this point, our date and time has been set, so I'm going to close the Speech and Braille Preferences dialog by pressing the back key.
Home, phone, 1 of 13.
Now we're back on the home screen. Now, if you want to know what time it is right now, you can press T chord, which is dots 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the space bar. If we press T chord,
5:30 p.m. Moan, April 15, 2013.
The date and time is spoken, and it briefly shows up on the Braille display. You just have to clear it by pressing any other key, and that is how you can quickly check the current time. Now, before we wrap this up, I just have a couple of notes about the date and time. First of all, note that the date and time will not be set by a Wi-Fi network. So even if you connect to Wi-Fi, you will still have to set the date and time manually. However, if you have your Braille Plus connected with a cellular plan with a SIM card inserted, the cell network, for example AT&T or T-Mobile, will set the time for you. So if you have a SIM card that is working inserted in the Braille Plus, you won't need to mess with the date and time. The final note about the date and time is that when you switch to and from daylight savings time, if you live in an area that does that, the Braille Plus will automatically adjust for daylight savings time and standard time. So just keep that in mind while you're working with setting your date and time. That will wrap up this video. Next time, we are going to look at how to connect your Braille Plus 18 to a Wi-Fi network, which allows you to browse the web, send and receive email, download books, and more. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope you found it helpful.